Hello everyone, it's Lighthouse Angel Messages. Today I have a reading for Libra. It's a career reading. So take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But if the title does resonate with you and you're not a Libra, this could still be your message. So keep that in mind. But I went ahead and already got an overall energy when it pertains to your career, Libra. And the card that came out was Invite Help. It says, invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God. Pursue me. Okay? So you need to go to the divine and ask for help. Ask for the guidance. Ask for signs. Ask for that clarity. Because they're ready to deliver it to you. But you need to be paying attention. You need to get rid of those distractions. Get rid of anything that's pulling you away or pulling you away from getting that clarity that they're bringing in. You know, maybe you need to go spending more time in meditation or spending more time out in nature or going to your favorite place of solitude and ask for that clarity because they're really ready to bring that in for you. All right, let me get some more cards when it comes to your career, Libra. Let's see what else Spirit has for you. I can give you some guidance. Okay. Well, I said guidance and we got guidance. Okay. So I have two cards. We got guidance. Divine forces are showing you the way to go. You are discovering another piece of your destiny and your purpose in life. You could be seeing angel wings, Libra, but it's another confirmation to what I just said, is that the divine forces are showing you the way to go. It's the signs. They're showing you signs. You're receiving the signs. You know, are you paying attention? Because they're here to guide you, but you need to surrender to the path. Don't try to make things happen. Allow the opportunities, the people to come to you. Let them come to you. Don't try to make things happen. Okay? And it says long term. An opportunity could turn into a long-term career move, or you will be asked to commit to a position in exchange for more money. Okay, so Spirit is guiding you to an opportunity that's coming in it's gonna be for a long term. Okay? It's going to be long term. And they've been showing you signs, Libra. But are you paying attention to those signs? I'm really getting that heavy. Are you paying attention? Or are you distracted by your phone, or, you know, social media, drama, issues, worry, whatever it is that's pulling you away from your alignment? It's becoming a distraction, and Spirit is saying, are you seeing my signs? Because I'm here to provide you peace when it comes to your career. Okay? And I'm hearing more meditation, more meditation. Maybe you haven't, you know, it's going to be different timelines for everyone, but maybe some people aren't doing any meditation. Maybe some are already spending some time in meditation. If you are, then you need to add more time. If you're not, you need to get started. Okay? What else for Libra? We got transformation. Okay, some of you may have gone through a transformation or in the process of going through a transformation. I think a significant amount of you already have gone through it, as there's the butterfly on this card. It says change is coming for a brand new. I'm sorry. Let me read this again. Change is coming for a brand new you. Embrace the transformation to enjoy the process. Sometimes change is uncomfortable, but worth it. Yeah. So, you know, everybody's going to be on a different timeline with this transformation. But it's bringing in the new. Okay? So for the Libras that are in the middle of this transformation, you need to keep moving forward. Keep staying focused on yourself, your healing, your enlightenment. Keep focusing on staying high vibe with your thoughts. You know, the power of your thoughts are what create your reality. So make sure you stay focused on keeping your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions, and even what you speak, all in aligned with the life that you're trying to create, right? Staying positive and knowing that through this transformation is bringing in what you're trying to manifest, okay, Libra? All right, what else do we have for Libra? We have alchemy, okay? You could be an alchemist, okay? It says using witchcraft, occult, and learning God's secrets. Transform the situation. Yeah, what I'm getting from this is that you are using your transformation to change the situation. You know, like changing your thoughts, changing what you're focusing on, what you're putting your energy in. You know, taking what has happened from the past and alchemizing that into power. Okay, and it's bringing in this long-term opportunity. So keep alchemizing, keep using your spiritual gifts to transform the situation, because you have the power to do that. And it's working for you because it is bringing in this long-term opportunity, okay? All right, and keep focusing on the divine, right? Because they're guiding you, they're showing you the signs. Okay, I'm being guided to get one more card to kind of go with this alchemy card. I'm also seeing like there's a lot of fire, a lot of flames here. And it could be that someone tried to set you on fire or try to burn down an opportunity or burn down a situation. And you took that situation and you transformed it. You alchemized it into a transformation for yourself, into being a better version of yourself. Okay? So if that's your story, and this, keep this in mind, it could be Libra, this could be your story, or this could be about somebody who's dealing with the Libra. And again, it's not about signs here, it's about the energy. So that, so pay attention more to the actual title of the message more than the sign. Okay? All right, what else for Libra? Endings. Yeah, and I got transformation at the bottom of the deck. So it's another confirmation, right? And usually at the bottom of the deck, it means what's coming in. But I think this is a confirmation, right? That you transform, you took your transformation and alchemized the situation, and it's creating an ending, okay? It's creating an ending. It says, the cycle is over. It's time for you to make a change, rebirth. It's time to say goodbye. Okay? Whatever you did, whatever you alchemized and turned into power, this power that created your transformation, that's bringing in this opportunity, it's going to require endings in other areas of your life. It could, it could require you to move, relocate, and you have to end maybe a business, maybe you have to end a job, maybe you have to end relationships, maybe you have to end friendships, whatever it is, that cycle is over. Okay, Libra? All right. So we're going to get some more messages from the compass box and see what else they have for you. And, really listen and pay attention for those signs, because the divine is here, guiding you, right? Because, God is the gatekeeper. He opens the doors and he closes the doors, right? And you need to allow him to do that so you can reach what's meant for you, your destiny, right? Don't let people hold you back from reaching what's always been meant for you. Okay. You are wonderful. Yeah. Spirit wants to remind you that you are wonderful, and you need to be proud of what you've overcome and how far you've gotten to this point. And I'm also seeing this yellow, right? The sun. And they want you to be happy. They're really proud of you. And if you haven't took time out to really reiterate to yourself and really reflect on how far you've come through this transformation, what you've been able to, how you've been able to, change your thoughts, change how you look at life, right? How you've changed under, what I'm really getting is this transformation was very significant. It took a lot of effort. It took a lot of focus. You had to eliminate all your distractions to make this happen. And you really need to take a time out and just congratulate yourself on that, because most people can't do it or don't want to do it, but you took it on, you alchemized the situation, and, Spirit is saying they're proud of you, okay? Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are. Yeah, you found your self-worth. You found your self-love, and you realized that it was always within you. You may have been somebody who was searching for validation in others or situations or in jobs. And now you realize that you know your worth now, and you're not going to settle for less, right? And you don't need others to determine that or tell you who you are. And that's once you reach that level and you truly, to the deepest core of who you are, know your worth, know your value. You know how to give that deep self-love to yourself. That is a level of freedom. It's a gift from God to allow you to no longer be attached to things that weren't serving you anyway. It's like breaking the chains and allowing God to open new doors for you, right? Because you're no longer chasing things that aren't for you. It says, our life is what our thoughts make it. Yeah. And that's what I was saying earlier, is that part of this transformation is changing your thoughts. It all starts there. I've said on this channel multiple times that change, it all starts within. You can go buy new clothes, and you can go buy fancy purses, you can go get go change everything about your outside to make it look better. But your energy within you is always going to come out, right? So it's so important. And when you do that, when you change the outside and you don't work on the inside, you actually push away the things that you're actually wanting to invite in your life, right? Like, the perfect person, the perfect job, everything, your destiny, everything that's meant for you, you can actually repel that by not doing the inner work. You can lose and have the perfect body and the perfect clothes and the perfect car and the perfect house and perfect job, all of that. But if you haven't done the work to heal the inside, change your mindset, then you're going to continue to repel the very things that you want in your life, the things that can't be bought. So it's really important because energy doesn't lie. So even though you may look perfect on the outside, people can sense and feel your energy. If you lack self-worth, if you lack confidence, if you don't know who you are, you don't know your value, if you don't believe in yourself, if you are struggling with trauma or feel dealing with abandonment wounds or whatever it is that your trauma represents, right? If that's not healed and your mind hasn't changed the way you think and feel about things, then that's the energy that's always going to be, being portrayed out from you. And so it's going to push away the things that you want in life, and it's going to attract those low vibrational things because that's the frequency that you're on. So, and it looks like you've done the work here. Everybody's going to be on a different timeline, but you're doing the work, right? You've done the work or are in the process of doing the work, right? And you changed your thoughts. You know your self-worth. You don't need anybody to validate what you're doing. And that gives you the freedom to be your authentic self. It gives you the freedom to pursue your passions, your dreams, right? So just keep that in mind, that Spirit is really proud of you, right? And how important it is to work on that inner healing and mindset change, okay? To be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable, because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you. Yeah. So if you've struggled with forgiving somebody in your past that has done something that is just, you feel is unforgivable, right? God really needs you to focus on forgiving that person so you can release that burden. They don't want you to carry any burdens from the past into this new beginning, this new opportunity, okay? Maybe somebody did something to you at your job, since we're talking about career here, but it could be somebody did something to you in a relationship, or it could be your parents, or it could be a friend, or it could be a past marriage. Whatever it is for you, you have to be willing to forgive the unforgivable, all right? Because they don't want you to carry that burden, okay? Forgiveness is about you. It's not about them. It's about freeing yourself and allowing yourself to move forward and embrace something new 100%, right? Wherever you're going, this new job, this new relationship, whatever is coming in that's new, you want to be able to give that person, job, experience, what it is, 100%, right? In order to do so, you got to release and forgive the past, okay? Whatever happened, no matter the circumstance, right? Whatever happened to you, it came as an act of that person's trauma, right? They haven't done the healing work, and because they didn't do the healing work on themselves, it created trauma or a hurtful experience onto you. And it's not that burden isn't for you to carry, right? Release that, forgive them, and pray for them. Pray for their healing. Pray that they heal and they never do that hurtful thing or whatever happened in your situation to another person, right? And release it. Okay? You are worthy of having a new beginning without any burdens of the past. And so break those chains. Start small, okay? They want you to start something new, Libra. Maybe you have a passion project on the side, and you think that, oh, that, I'm getting with this, oh, that nobody would be interested in that, or nobody wants to hear me, or nobody would be, they might think that's stupid, Whatever it is, you may think it's an illusion, because I'm getting all the reflection off this. You may think it's an illusion, like it would never work. But they want you to start it, Libra. They want you to start it, and just start small, because anything that's successful, slow and steady wins the race, okay? And know it's going to take time, but it's never too late to start. So they want you to get started on, Libra, whatever this is for you, when it comes to something that you be doing on the side, that's going to take off in the future. And I believe it will. You just need to start, and you need to know and take those baby steps, right? Okay? To getting that forward momentum. Every day is a second chance. Yeah. So if you feel like you let yourself down, maybe you didn't devote the time that you wanted to this project, or maybe you got distracted from focusing on you and your path, your healing. Just know that every day is a new day, right? Every day is a new day to keep moving forward, to clear that energy, to have to change your mindset, and I'm really getting like, every day is a second chance, right? And we have the sun here. So every day is another day to start being happy, focusing on the positive, changing the way you think, and changing that into focusing on what makes you happy, starting this project. Love them anyway. Yeah, and I'm really getting that with this. It's Luke 23:34. Love them anyway. Okay? And that's what, once you understand and you change your perspective about the people that hurt you, right? It's like this, they have unhealed traumas, they have unhealed hurts, right? And then they come to you and project and dump that on you, and therefore you get hurt, right? And then what you don't want the cycle continue is you take that pain and then you hurt people, right? So it's really important that you understand that they're an unhealed soul. Their heart is unhealed, and it's not your job to do the healing for them. And they may choose not to, and that's okay. That's between God and them, right? But you need to understand that perspective so you can forgive and know that the highest version of themselves, the version of themselves that's healed, that's in a line with the divine, is a beautiful version of themselves. It's just they're choosing not to operate out of that. And so you have to see them in that light. You have to love them anyway, forgive them, and move forward. Doesn't mean that they get access to you. Doesn't mean you have to give them your energy, your time, or and it's not your job to heal them, right? They need to focus on themselves while you move forward. So if you have this person blocked, or you're not speaking to this person because they're operating out of low vibrational toxic energy, keep holding your boundaries. But you need to release this person and pray for their healing. But it's time for you to move forward, okay? It says, I can do anything. Yeah. And you can do this. This may be very hard for you, Libra, to forgive this person because they may have done something that is completely unforgivable. You know, this person may have hurt you to the core of your being. Okay, I'm really getting that. This is like a deep wound, right? But Spirit is here saying you can do it. Do it anyways. Because it's going to release you and be able to move into this new beginning, you know, this new job, this new relationship, whatever it is, it's going to allow you to give that 100% and have this fresh feeling of a brand new start. And that's what they want for you, Libra. New travel buddy coming soon. Yeah, you may be doing some traveling coming up, Libra. You may be doing some traveling. Or you may meet somebody new that you'll start traveling with. It says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Matthew 5:9. Yeah. And they want you to, God wants you to make peace with the past. It's just another confirmation, right? That you're a child of God. And release the past because God has something in this future. You know, they've seen your trial. You know, God sees everything. Everything everybody's done, everything everybody has said, right? And they've seen how you've transformed yourself, you've alchemized the situation. You stood strong, and they don't want you to be stuck and hung up on somebody who did you dirty, who used you, you know, created this deep wound within yourself. You know, they want you to remember you're a child of God here. And you're going to be blessed because you took the higher road in this situation. Okay? You took the higher road. And so therefore, you're going to get blessed. There's no need to be perfect to inspire others. Let others get inspired by how you deal with your imperfections. Yeah. If you're worried that, you know, and I'm getting this start small here, whatever this side project is, maybe it's something you want to do personally that means something to you that will inspire others. And Spirit here is saying, you know, don't let your past mistakes or your past imperfections keep you from starting this. Okay? Because, you know, when you get on the other side of the mountain, when you have done and all of your transformation, you've done all your healing work, you've made peace with the past, you've forgiven those people, you've changed your mindset, you're going to be able to look back and be like, you know, I'm proud of what I've been able to overcome, but I understand that my mistakes that I've made in the past have been a blessing. And I know it's hard for people to say, like, things that have happened to you or the decisions you make, you know, it's all part of God's plan to shape and reshape you into a beautiful diamond, right? That you are, because you are a child of God. And they don't want you to dwell on your imperfections, okay? Because what you may view as an imperfection might be someone else's inspiration, right? So don't let those hold you back. Don't let negative thoughts hold you back from pursuing whatever project you would like to do. Because your mind, your thoughts, your heart, your soul, your words you speak, all of that paints a narrative. What do you want that to paint for you? Because that's what becomes your reality. So Keep that in mind when it comes to your thoughts, because it all starts there, right? And make sure that you're following your heart and not allowing your mind to the negative thoughts or the negative, like those old patterns, those old routines of negative thoughts and cycles that you had been through. Don't let those hold you back, right? When you feel them coming in, you need to check them right away and flip it, right? And keep staying on that positive high vibrational path. And where you're going, not everybody is going to be able to go with you. And that's where this endings is. You're elevating, you want to go to the top of that mountain, okay, where people are vibrating at the same level, people who are going to be able to inspire you and lift you and guide you, right? They're going to be there to support your journey. And not everybody isn't aligned with that. So you got to be able to release what is no longer for you, like by breaking those chains. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving a new one. Yeah. And that's what Spirit is saying. Start small, but start, right? Start something. It's time to start this, new path. Because wherever you've been, you're not liking it. You want different, okay? You want different. And, continue to ask God to guide you. Like I've said in the past, is like you really have to surrender. No, don't control the agenda to your life. Let God control it. Success is the best revenge. Okay? If you're somebody that is like, is wondering like, when am I going to see my justice? When are this person or people that have hurt me in the past, when are they going to get when am I going to see their justice, right? And Spirit is saying, don't worry about that. It's your job. They don't want you to worry about revenge. Okay? That's between them and God. And karma will be served. You don't get to give out that negative, dark energy and not expect it's not going to come back on you on some point, right? But let me tell you something. If you're somebody who is like, I'm not seeing it, this person just seems to be making more money or keep elevating or doing this or doing that, right? I'm not seeing where my justice is, right? God always picks the perfect moment to deliver, right? When it comes to karma, I don't get involved. I take the high road because, my focus is spiritually elevating and, creating the life that I'm worthy of and deserving of, right? I don't get involved of, who did this and what and why are they not reaping what they sow, right? But it will come in divine timing. Everything is in divine timing. So they want you to worry about, they want you to focus on your success, okay? Release the past, right? Because I'm also getting, your enemies, your haters, these people who are going against you or wanted to see you fail, they're going to see you in the spotlight, right? They're going to see you in the spotlight. So you don't need to say anything. So keep moving forward. Whatever you want to do, something small, right? It's going to be successful. I think this is another confirmation. It's going to be successful. But they don't want you to worry about any revenge of the past or, how dare they do that? I need to make that wrong or right. Like, that's not your job. That's God's job. Your job is to focus on your transformation, focus on your healing and elevating yourself so you can get closer to Him and focus on your alignment, your vibration, changing your mindset. Okay. All right. I have the King of Cups. Okay. And the first thing I got out of this is like emotional. I'm getting emotional out of this. You may have been, Libra, you may have been feeling emotional lately. Okay. This long-term situation may have to do with a King of Cups, or the person that you're releasing that did you dirty, that, you know, is in your mind is unforgivable, right? May be a King of Cups. Okay. So if that's your story, you know, still focus on healing and releasing. Okay. Don't let this person hold you back from getting your dream job or getting your perfect person. Okay. Because you're worthy of the highest level of love. You're worthy of your dream job. You're worthy of your, you know, pursuing a project of your dreams. Don't let someone's past pain that they projected on you keep you from your dreams. When you fully trust someone without any doubt, you finally get one of two results: a person for life or a lesson for life. Yeah, and I think, Libra, this person was to teach you a lesson. Okay? A lesson that you're never going to forget. Okay? And for everybody, it's going to be different. But this person, this King of Cups, and it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, it's what triggered your transformation. I'm really getting that as well. When you finally trust someone without any doubt, you finally get one of two results: a person for life or a lesson for life. Yeah, and I really feel like it's a lesson. Okay? You know, when it comes to people, and it's so important, the healing within yourself, right? Because God, once you heal yourself, God grants you that beautiful gift of discernment and awareness, right? You're able to read energy. You know, energy does not lie, right? So if you're around this person, you know, moving forward, when you meet people, you be able to read people like before, you know, they can walk in the room and you can already know their story and what you need to do, right? But the importance on that is that you don't second guess your discernment. You don't justify what you're seeing, and you know, so that you allow it anyways, because it's going to burn you. So make sure that whatever you're feeling as you move forward and you meet new people, you know, and you're feeling that discernment, you're reading people like a book, right? Because God has given you that gift. You see it exactly as the way God is telling you it is, and you need to act accordingly. Okay? It's a gift that shouldn't be wasted. You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody. Yes. You don't need anybody to validate you. You know your worth. And if that's not your story, or you feel that, well, that's not me, you know, you could be in the middle of this transformation and you haven't gotten there yet, right? But God wants you to know you are enough. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Okay? Because, you know, what other people think is none of your business, right? It doesn't really matter in the scheme of things, right? But just know, Libra, that it looks like you have something long-term coming in, a long-term job, long-term opportunity. Pay attention for the signs. I'm going to get you an angel number card. And this angel number is to let you know, if you see this number, it's a confirmation that this is your reading. But also, if you see this number, it's God telling you, I'm with you, I'm guiding you, and you just need to keep paying attention to my signs. Keep, focusing on your journey, staying in your lane. Let me guide you, okay? Okay. I actually got two, so I'm going to go with it. It's number 27. It says, your mind is wide open and you are tolerant and compassionate towards all ways of life. You value freedom of expression and want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the world at large. I am expressive. Yeah, maybe Libra, this small project, or they want you to start here, is something you express. It could be like an art project. It could be something on YouTube. It could be anything on social media. They want you to start this. And if you see this number, it's just another confirmation. Like, you need to get going on that. Start small. Start taking steps towards that ultimate end goal of creating that project. Because it's going to have an effect on the community. It's going to have effect the world at large. So keep moving forward with that, okay? And the other one I have is 11. Now, this project may be an intuitive project, something to use your intuition for, or your intuition has been telling you to start this. Okay, I'm here to confirm, yes, you need to start this. It says you have keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you're going to be able to feel the energy, and it doesn't lie. It says, this insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. Yeah. So if you see number 11, that's the divine, it's a divine message saying that this is your reading, but also that they are with you and guiding, and you need to be listening to your intuition. You need to be paying attention for signs, and you need to get started on that project, because I'm really getting with this transformation card, Libra, is that you've changed, right? What things that were for you before, you may find that, this job that I'm in, it just doesn't fit me anymore. Like, it could be feeling like I said, energy. How is it making you feel? Is it making you feel irritated when you're like, man, I'm not really a person that gets easily irritated, but now all of a sudden you feel irritated or disgruntled or annoyed or frustrated, when those aren't your energies that you normally tend to be, what you feel, right? You tend to operate out of something positive mindset. That's the energy telling you that it's no longer for you. That's your intuition telling you, you've changed. You're no longer in line with this job. And as if you continue with this job, that difficulty feeling that you have is just going to get heavier and heavier and heavier until you have a tower moment, and you never want to reach that point, right? It's time to break free, and to start that process, you need to, start this project, listen to your intuition, okay, Libra? I hope this has helped. I hope this has given you guidance when it comes to your career and life in general, and gets you moving in the right direction. So I wish you so much luck, Libra, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care, Libra. Bye.